everybody, it's Angie from Angie's Place. Today I want to go over a few misconceptions in the Bible. I'm probably going to do a few of these, but this is going to be day one. Anyway, if you're interested in that, please stick around. And that's what we're going to be going over. Anyway, so let's see here. If you'll do me a favor, hit the like and the subscribe, and we will get started. Okay. Oh, just to let you know, I do also do unboxing, so if you like that kind of stuff, you want to see what's in certain boxes, check out the ones that I do have, and see if you like it. Especially if you're a bookie, because I do a few book subscriptions, so if you are a bookie like me, then check them out. Okay, first off, about the Bible. The first thing about the Bible is literally, if you've ever taken the time to look at it or anything, you know, it's a history book. It's really what it is. It's a big history book. It's a history of humans, and it's also a history of God and his angels, or as the Bible actually refers to them sometimes, as gods. So are they angels? Are they gods? They're spiritual beings, thus they are gods, but God is the head of all of it, or the king, if you will. He created everything. He's the beginning, he is the ending of everything. So with that being said, yes, he did create them also, but they also have certain powers. There were some that turned away from them. The first one to do so would be Luther, which is, a lot of us go by the name, everybody calls him Satan, and what is that? Satan, Lucifer, whoops, please stop. Okay, thank you, I know. Anyway, sorry about that. So, his name is actually Luther. He was, God's right-hand man, so you say. He was one of the ones who was also in charge. And a misconception of him is that he's horrendous to look at. And actually, quite the opposite is true. If we read from the Bible and we talk about things that are in the Bible, we know that he was beautiful. So, Luther's actually a very beautiful being. And so easy to deceive people, because people gravitate towards that. They still do. I mean, you see something pretty, sparkly, whatever. Yes. And obviously he was very good with words. So he's a very good communicator. And what happened is Luther became corrupt. He wanted what God had, but God knows everything. But Luther wanted that. He wanted everybody to follow what he said and how he felt about things. And he did, and obviously he's a great communicator. If he convinced a third of these angels of God's children, we're God's children as well. Only they're angels, they're more powerful. They actually are beings. And are spiritual beings. With that, what that means is they don't have a body like ours. Our body dies, but we still have a spirit that lives. Can our spirit die? Yes, it can die. It says that in the Bible. So yes, our spirits can die. It is possible. That's where the lake of fire comes in at, towards the end of the book, but that's going to be on another session. One of the misconceptions about, another misconception, oops, I just lost my train of thought. I really did. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Anyway, why did God allow him, that's it. That's it. Why did God allow him to continue to mislead us? Okay, that is a very good question, why did he allow us here? He could have ended it right then and there and said, hey, no more, you're it, you're done. But the problem with that is there would have still been questions. There would have still been questions. Well, why? Maybe he's right. What if he is right? And we can be like that too. We can do what we want. Yes, we can do what we want. But then that has the basis of hurting others. Look at our history. We keep repeating ourselves. No matter what, we just keep repeating ourselves. Where it says wars, rumors of wars. I mean, we have that today. We are in that age. But that's on another one. And I do have the one on Revelations if you want to check that out, where we read through the Revelations. And we also have another one where I did Mark first, and then I went straight to Revelations, and I'm doing a few others, and then we'll go on to the next book. I know I'm going all over the place. Unfortunately, that's how my brain works. Anyway, so with that being said, so that there would be no questions for us, it wasn't, God didn't allow this to keep going on because of him. Let me adjust my camera because you're seeing the room that is not quite done yet. Anyway, so it was because of us to answer our questions, to answer the angels' questions, so there really is left no doubt in our heads that, oh my goodness, wow, he's right, this is what was going to happen. Because knowing that, okay, let's take, for instance, we have parents, right, that teaches people a lot, whether, we grow up, we become parents ourselves, and the thing keeps going. And when children, they question their parents when they're little, but as teenagers, you question them a lot. And so that's what we do to God. We're like, well, why? Why is this happening? Why? Well, the answers are here before us. We're looking at them. And yeah, even I have questions. I ask questions all the time. And I know they'll be answered. Because after everything is said and done and the ending's put on that and the sugar-coated icing, whatever, we'll know the reasons why. But we're not meant to yet, because he wants us to come to him. When you have a child, you want them to love you. And as a teenager, they're going to go out into the world and do what they're going to do. They're going to learn hard lessons that we can't protect them from. But most of the time, not all the time, most of the time they're going to come back to us. And it's not like they really left. Yes, they live in another household, they have their own things, but you're still part of their lives. And so, and if you watch most generations, each generation you learn more and more. But your children will. It's so much better if your child wants to come to you and say, I love you and I'm sorry for what I did to you. As a child, as a teenager, because when you have kids, you learn some of the things that you actually did to your parents. And you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, I did this to my parents. Oh my gosh, because you're now on the other side. So you see things. And it is so much better for the parent when they come back and say, I'm sorry that I put you through that. I love you. And that means so much to a parent. So if you think of God as a parent, then you see how much that he loves us and really doesn't want this stuff to happen, but we're the ones questioning everything. So he has to make sure that we understand and we know. I mean, we wanted free will, so this is what we get. We got free will. Not doing too well on it, are we? Anyway, okay. So, let's go on to another misconception about, we already told, oh wait, we already did that with the devil, with the serpent. Because the devil used, our Luther used the serpent, which we really don't know what the serpent was beforehand. It could have been a dragon for all we know. We just know he slithered on the ground. Maybe it was a dinosaur. No, probably a dragon. I don't know really what he was. But he went from being able to either crawl around or whatever to having no legs and no arms, so he had to slither like a snake. So everybody assumes that it was a snake, but we really don't know because the Bible doesn't really tell us what it is. Another thing it doesn't tell us what it is what Eve and Adam and Eve actually ate. We put apple in there, but it really wasn't an apple. Apples don't... Do they even grow over there? Answer me that one. That would be a good one. That's a good question. Do apples even grow over there? Because I don't believe apples actually grow over there. At least not the type that we have over here. And anyway, God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden. Okay, but it was to keep them from the tree of life. Because now that they have free will, the tree of life gives them forever life. You become like the angels, you become a being. So, and because God actually says, well, after we die, we take on a different body, which is a spiritual body, which technically, if you want to think about it, we have inside of us. It's there. God breathed life into us, so therefore it's there. It's just you separate, you go together. We have lessons to learn. I believe that's really what the whole thing is yes, God wanted something like him, but because you want to converse with somebody who loves you and who understands you. So I think that's part of it. But he wants us to come to him. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the apple, because otherwise I'll keep going on, because we'll learn more later. But the thing with the apple, my notes, the thing with the apples, I should go by them right, is we really don't know what the fruit was. And we don't know what fruit is on the tree of life. But there is a tree over there in the Middle East that no one can get to. No one. No one can walk over there. The animals won't even go to this tree. So is that where the garden was? It's very possible. It's amazing the things that we learn. I lied. There's one more thing I want to leave you with. These are just food for thought. That's all these are. If you have any more, please list them down below, because there's a lot of things that we don't talk about, or the preachers or your priest or whatever, they don't talk about. And these are very important things, I believe, because without them, we're not understanding fully what the Bible is telling us. And honestly, if we go into the future, we have to know the past. Otherwise, we're doomed to repeat it. Yes, that was said before. It's a scenario, but yes. And there was one thing, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot again. Anyway, so, this Middle East. So it's really cool. Check it out. I'm sure you can find it if you plug in Middle Eastern tree. Abandoned, maybe. But nobody can get to it. So it's not really abandoned. Nobody can go over there. I'm sure people have tried and they'd never make it. Why? Because they weren't meant to. You can't get to the tree of life. God kicked us out. We're not allowed to. Can't be around the tree. Things were harder for us. We had to learn the hard way. So if you have a child who had to learn the hard way, think of it like that. That would maybe, to me, be an easier way to think about it. As a child who has to learn for themselves. And if we want to nix this one in the bud and continue into the future, so there's no questions in the future about it, And he's showing us now. Well, we can go to him with something. He goes, yes, but how did that work for you? And then we have to see what we have done to this earth. We've really done a lot to it. I say a lot, don't I? Let me know down below. I will try and work on that, especially if I say that a lot. So anyway, food for thought for today is just a few of those things. Why did we get kicked out? Who the devil is? What did we eat? Because it wasn't an apple. All we do is it wasn't an apple. Why is even that important? It's important because that is where we pretty much told God we weren't going to listen to him anymore. We're going to do what we want to do. And that's why we're acting like a child. So it's very important for us to understand that. So there's certain things in the Bible that maybe we should understand that maybe aren't portrayed very well because we have so many questions. But remember this, the Bible is a history book. It is the history of us. And yes, there's different things that are put in it. There's different translations, but the translations are almost always the same. There's not much. Is there one? I'm sure there is. But the funny thing is you can go back into the Bible and read it a bunch of different times and find new stuff. So that's pretty amazing, and the fact of how long that is actually survived. So there's the things to mull over. Until next time, God bless. I hope you have a great day. Bye.